Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're jumping into a really cool modern poem. It does something I think is pretty brilliant. It takes the language of today, cell towers, Wi-Fi, signal strength, and uses it to tell an ancient story about connection and disconnection. It kind of makes you think, what does a real spiritual signal even look like in the 21st century?
So the poem just drops this on you right from the start. Boom. It's like picking up your phone and seeing that dreaded no service message. It sets up the whole problem in one powerful line. A critical connection has been totally lost. So you have to ask, right? How did this happen? How did the line get cut? Well, this first part of the poem gets right into the origin of that silence.
According to the poem, the root of the problem was an act of rebellion. And this wasn't just a dropped call or some bad reception. No, this was a deliberate hanging up of the phone, and it caused the entire network to crash, silencing that conversation and putting up a massive roadblock for all of humanity. And when that main line to the divine went down, it just created this massive domino effect. The poem then paints this really bleak picture of a world that's suffering from a total communication breakdown. Let's see how that unfolds. You can just see the system failing, step by step. It's a total chain reaction. First, people stop talking to each other. Then, the whole idea of equality just gets lost in discrimination. Cooperation, those helping hands, it twists into conflict. And the signal loss doesn't stop with us. It even spreads to the natural world, changing our job from protector to destroyer.
And this line, wow, it really drives home the ultimate consequence. The poem describes all this disconnection like a single seed, a seed of death that gets planted. And eventually, it just grows and grows until it takes over everything, producing this awful harvest.
Okay, so after laying out this catastrophic system failure, the poem completely shifts gears. A problem this big, you can't just patch it up, right? You need a complete system overhaul. And that's exactly what we get. The installation of a brand new tower, a new base station designed to bring the entire network back online. And here's the turning point, the arrival of Jesus. He's presented as the one person with a perfect, unbroken connection. We're talking 5 bars, full signal, with God. And he shows up with one mission, to flip the whole world from a death network to a life network. This brings us to the poem's absolute central metaphor, and it is just fantastic. The cross, which we usually see as a symbol of suffering, gets totally reimagined here as a piece of modern tech, a cell tower, a base station, standing on a hill broadcasting a brand new signal to reconnect heaven and earth. And the poem even gives this new piece of spiritual hardware a name, the cross of life. It's not just a symbol anymore. It's an active piece of equipment, a transmitter, for this whole new heavenly communication system. All right, so if the cross is the new base station, how do you actually connect to it? Well, the poem keeps this modern metaphor going, and it frames the whole thing in a way we all get instantly. It's like a Wi-Fi network. So what's the password for this network? It's actually really simple. Belief. The poem says anyone who accepts the power that's broadcasting from this new base station gets connected instantly. No other sign-up forms, no other qualifications needed. Okay, but what about the cost? I mean, we live in a world of endless subscriptions, right? Well, the poem offers something totally different. The user fee? It's already been paid, in full. The one who set up the network also covered the cost for everybody, making it a free, open-access signal for life. And once you're on the network, what do? The poem highlights 2 main apps for this new channel. Prayer, which is you talking to God, and the Word, which is God talking to you. That two-way conversation is finally back online. So the last section of the poem is all about the results. I mean, if disconnection led to a world of death, what does reconnection lead to? Well, it leads to a complete reversal of all that damage. The effects of this new signal basically undo everything that went wrong before, point by point. That breakdown in relationships, it's healed. We reconnect with God. We start to see other people with equality, and our relationship with nature flips back from destruction to protection. So here's the bottom line. That seed of death gets replaced by a seed of life. And just like before, that seed starts to grow and produce fruit. But this time, it's the fruit of life, and it's something that's meant to be shared, spreading that connection even wider. And the poem builds up to this final, huge, triumphant declaration. The world is no longer a dead zone. It's been totally transformed into a kingdom of life, a home where there's a permanent, powerful signal. But just when you think that grand finale is over, the poet throws in this playful little twist. It's like they're breaking the fourth wall for a quick sign-off.
It ends with this cheeky little heavenly advertisement. The Bible is framed like a content stream, totally tailored to your life, and it's available on demand. And it closes with the ultimate modern call to action. Subscribing, liking, and setting up notifications is a must. It's just a really fun, clever way to end a pretty deep poem.
You know, this poem uses the language that we live and breathe every single day, Wi-Fi, networks, signals, to talk about something eternal. And it really leaves us with a final thought. In our own lives, which are so full of notifications and buffering symbols, what does a truly strong, stable, life-giving connection actually look like? And what kind of language do we even use to search for it?